morning, ladies. My final try for this Secret 7 exfoliators, and I have a beautiful morning in London outside the house. It's sunny. I'm going to go off in a minute and do telly. I want to say two things. This morning I will be going through my Secret 7 exfoliators, and I am looking at all the winners for my products. So for the Hourglass Ambient Powder and the other one and the Vanish, the stuff's building up here, and at the end of this Secret 7, if I have time, I will also look at other things in my bathroom. But I want to chat about exfoliation, and as I chat, I'm just going to start with my first, and we'll talk about it as we go through it. So I've got products here which range from, you know, £7 to £79. So I'm starting with my very first exfoliator I ever used. And this is by Avène, which is a brand I talk about quite a lot as a sort of French pharmaceutical brand. I did it in my French pharmacy video, but I first came across Avène. Let me show you nicely and be polite. I first came across it in New York in oh my goodness, let me not age myself too much, but it was in this top of this salon at Bergdorf Goodman, and I went to have a facial, and this kind of very beautiful Polish woman did my facial, and she used this product, and because I bought the products out of context, I thought they were like super expensive, and she cherished them, and she sprayed the thermal water on after my exfoliation, and she talked about, you know, they were from Paris and the thermal water, but with a lovely Polish accent. And so perhaps as I discovered them in this incredibly luxurious context, I always felt how wonderful they were, and not a brand that was available in a drugstore. So I have a special relationship with them. But their exfoliator is one of the exfoliators I'm using. It has microbeads, and microbeads some of you might be very against because they upset the fish community. But some companies, I think, haven't found an alternative solution yet. And as I really do like this exfoliator, I am including it. But it's your personal choice. There will be many others. So it exfoliates quite thoroughly. It's not too, it calls itself gentle, but you can really get in there with your exfoliation, and it's a little bit sort of, the smell is a little bit rose-like, rose on a budget, if you see what I mean, rose on a budget. I just want to say hello to everyone who's not from England who's watching this morning. Oh, good. And where is everyone from today, Anna? Because Anna's behind there. I made Anna get up at 7:30 so she could do this video.
There is a lady joining us from Israel today.
Hello! Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah.
What? Australia. Wonderful. So, okay, £7 in England, this exfoliator. Certain ones I'll remove with hot water, and others I'll remove with a face cloth. And this one, I do remove with a face cloth. But I'll tell you, by the end of this, my skin is going to be so woken up. Number 2, for the Australians in you, is Jolique. Now, this is a gentle daily exfoliator. And some people believe exfoliation nowadays in this modern world of glycolic lactate should be done without having to damage your skin. There are two schools of thought here. I believe personally in both. And the reason I'm such a strong proponent is because I had very bad acne when I was 13 until 30. And what that did is cause scarring. But once I got rid of my acne with Roaccutane when I was 30, I then was told by this very nice plastic surgeon called Dr. Basha, who I was interviewing for something else. He said, exfoliate every single day so you can wear down your acne scarring. So that's probably why, ladies, I'm such a strong advocate of exfoliation, and I will show you one or two lactic acid and glycolic acid products you can use instead, but I prefer manual labour. Now, Jolique is a lovely Australian brand, and they're sort of the Australian Dr. Hauschka. With this exfoliator, you can rub if you want, but you want to sort of pat in the ingredients and gently press and pat. So it's a different method of exfoliation, and there's a slight tingling, not as much as the Dr. Hauschka product. I use the Dr. Hauschka product actually in my cleansing one, so I thought I'd keep this one for my exfoliating one. but you feel a freshness. You can really smell the macadamia.
Oh, yes.
Not with, I'm not going to show you this one, but my God, do I exfoliate my lips, because anyone who suffers from lip lines, and lip lines needn't come, sorry, I keep going there because I think the camera eye is there. Lip lines don't always come from smoking. They can come from genetics. So if you have a deep distance between the bottom of your nose and your lips, I always think there's a longer chance for lines to form. So what I do for, actually let me take this off first. So that's the Azure Leak. You can leave it on a little bit like a sort of mask. So, you know, if you're doing a morning routine, I sometimes do my different exercises in the morning. I think I might have to devote a whole video to my mad morning exercise routine. Do let me know if you'd like to watch that. My third exfoliator of my Secret 7 is Nude, and this is a vitamin C exfoliator. It looks like a powder and it smells a little bit, funny enough, I think it smells of rice bran. And you add a bit of water and you build up this paste on your face. Still feel the granules exfoliating, but the more paste, the more water you add, the more paste will be created and the less exfoliating it will be. So if you, the less water you add, the stronger it will be, basically. But you can feel a tingle, and that's a vitamin C, and that's a rosehip, actually. You're getting the vitamin C from the rosehip extract. I love this as a wake-up exfoliator, and I do, let's go back to the lips. So in the morning, I will do a little bit of this for 2 seconds here, round circular motions. I'll go around my acne scarring, which is still sort of here, in round circular motions. I will be softer, actually there on my forehead too. I will press in quite hard in round circular motions, like that. And then around my eyes, I'll be incredibly gentle. I'll hardly touch, really gentle. The sides of my nose, I really get into little baby circular motions, like that. There we go. And then also, if you're using this really just to wake up your skin, remember to do a bit of lymphatics and lymphatic release. So if you do suffer from spots and they're sort of hormonal spots or any kind of spots, the more you clear this passage of your lymphatic system here, the more it will help the movement of your spots and the drainage of the toxins, and it can slowly be released. So when you're doing this to do a bit of lymphatic drainage, it starts from behind your ear. So release it behind your ear. I do little circular motions here, like that. And then I kind of pinch and release, pinch and release. That's just my system. And then I might just do here and back. I exfoliate twice a day. Some people kill me for it. Caroline Heron's, that lovely lady who occasionally does my skin, said, oh, you exfoliate way too much. And I'm like, that's what I do. And I have okay skin, but my skin, ladies, my skin can take a sledgehammer. My skin is nearly a piece of leather. So if you have sensitive, delicate skin, if you're the kind of lady who when you blush here as well, if you put any product on which has any active ingredients and you go red, then be careful. But for me, I love it. And I always tell you what I love and what I feel benefits my skin and wakes it up and gets it ready for the day. So this one, I'm going to take off with water. My skin, you see, just feels fresh. This wakes me. A toner doesn't wake me like an exfoliator wakes me. Okay, I'm going on to a new friend now. And this new friend is sticky and slimy, but I think has potential. Ole Henriksen. And it is the sugar pomegranate one. It's called Sugar Glow Polish, and it's £32. Ole Henriksen, and it looks like a bit of, really looks like a body scrub, doesn't it? But it is a face scrub. The smell, rosehip, that's what I'm smelling. So this one feels sticky. It feels like you're putting a body scrub on your face. It's far rougher. The exfoliating beads, which are not microbeads, there's probably pumpkin it's being made of, are really rough. It's like it's one you'd use for your body. And it's got, it feels a little oily. I think it's going to leave your skin, it's the kind of exfoliator that will leave your skin not requiring much moisturizer afterwards. And when you take it off, it's going to be like those kind of salt scrubs with oil in them, all right? But this is nice. The smell is nice. It's not too synthetic. I feel the ingredients. Ole Henriksen is a man who likes to have a natural ingredient range. It's sold quite widely. It's a reasonable price. I say reasonable, it's £32, but I'm going to go up to some that are a lot more expensive. I'm so sorry. I keep looking here because I'm used to having the camera lens there, and I'm looking down here. Am I looking at you now?
Yeah.
Am I looking at you now? Okay. Or am I looking at you now? Which is my front camera? And can I just say, we put these videos now on YouTube, so I want to say to the ladies watching on YouTube, I'm really sorry when the camera faces me and you don't get such good quality, but I like to do this in my bathroom just with me. I don't want somebody filming me, and I don't want to have a camera because that's too technical for me to use, and it's so simple for me to shove this on my bathroom cabinet and just go, hi, I'm here. So that's me anyway. I'm putting this on, I'm liking it. I wouldn't go near my eyes on this one. I really would do my mouth on this one, and I do scrub my mouth a lot. Yeah. My next one I'm going to do, for all your Scandies out there, because the Scandies will find this cheaper than me, I find this very expensive, is Rudolph. Rudolph, let me put it nicely up there. I discovered Rudolph when I was filming in Scandinavia, and this is an exfoliator I absolutely love, but unfortunately because the pound's gone down and the euro's gone up, I really find this expensive now, and it is £39. But it just is one of my truly favourite exfoliators. It has in it acacia, jojoba, sweet almond, coconut. All good things, very organic packaging. The premise of the business is, you know, everything you can imagine the best of Scandinavia, but the texture is sublime. It's not as rough as the Ole Henriksen. It really moisturizes my face. I adore the smell. I might have said that already 2 times. The size of the exfoliation is not going to be, a lot of people say that exfoliation rips your skin, and if you look really close, you tear your skin. But you know what I believe? There's a lot of laser treatments out there right now that people will want to use, and that's what that's doing. And when we go in and sort of tell our skin it's in trouble, it produces collagen, because when we're in our 20s, collagen production slows down. The ability for us to generate new, fresh skin slows down. So the only way that collagen is going to wake up out of its sluggishness and do something good for our face is if it feels that it's got some attacking on the surface. So that's what lasers do. They go in, that's what Fraxel does, that's what Ultra Lift does. All those things go in and do that. So exfoliation in its own little way is kind of roughly being placed on the skin, and there's something down there, there's a little trigger that's saying, let me go and deal with that. So I kind of think, yes, I'm happy.
Sarah is asking, any advice to prevent milk spots on face?
Milk spots?
Yeah.
Well, if you mean white little spots, which I think you do by milk spots, I mean, you could start with some exfoliation. I would try and go and have a good facial, get them extracted, and then change your skincare routine to one where you are trying to slosh off every day, so you don't have any pores building up underneath with a sort of, you know, any kind of pussy or whitehead, which I think for you a milk spot is for me a whitehead. Okay, my skin is so exfoliated now. I'm a piece of marble. All right, 2 more I'm going to go on to. Dr. Lancer. Now, Dr. Lancer is an American dermatologist. I've spoken about him a bit in the past. And the best thing about Dr. Lancer, the thing I found so exciting when I met him, there it is, squidging out of the thing, is that he has this philosophy that I really agree with. And when he cleans a client's face, he exfoliates and then he cleanses. So what he's saying is you need to get all the dirt out the pore, and then you put the exfoliator on and it has a place to go and clean up further. I hope I've described this properly. I don't do a cleanser and then an exfoliator. I do an exfoliator and then a cleanser. Sounds weird, but that's what I do. Now, Dr. Lancer comes in 3 different strengths. Sensitive skin, normal and problem skin. It's actually called the Method Polish. It's £60 in England. It's very expensive in our range, but it is a very, you only need a little bit, and it's a very big tube. So I'd say it lasts you longer. But the actual exfoliation is getting close to the concept of microdermabrasion, which is when people go to a clinic and they have this kind of, they have these alkalized crystals in this sort of vacuum, it sounds really morbid, onto their face that kind of suck into their face and clean up and slosh it and really can cut like glass onto your face, but in the most microscopic way, and that's microdermabrasion. I hope I haven't described it too aggressively, but people have done it over the years. It was incredibly fashionable about 10 years ago, and people still do microdermabrasion, but you have to be very careful that you have the right product going inside that machine so it doesn't sort of really in very close up cut your skin. This is, if I do my little technique here and I really go round and round in circles, I am polishing my skin. That's how I see it. Dr. Lance's wife, it's always interesting to look at dermatologists and family members in order to get a sense that, you know, because they're the people who are going to be using all the products. And his wife looks incredible. I think she's called Judy or Julie. And I look at her skin and I haven't seen her mother, so I don't know if her mother's skin is fantastic and it's just hereditary, or if, in fact, his system is the one that makes her skin so good. But I really, really love his exfoliator. There we go, round and round, round and round. You can tell I got Botox because my forehead doesn't move. Okay, round and round there.
Trinny,
Yeah.
Victoria is asking that she has brown patches on her very white skin. Is there anything she can get rid of them?
Yes, you can. It's called Pigmentation, Melamesa. Before I go on, Golden Farb. This is the strongest peel you're going to try, and this is, I saw it Golden Farb, Goldfarden, Advanced Doctors peel. And Victoria, I'm still there for you. Hold on a second. Let me just put this on. This is, it comes, you can get it really extreme or you can get it like this. This is a less extreme version. But this is the closest you'll get to sort of microdermabrasion, because it's going to just get in there. Okay, Victoria, I want to go back to you. If you've had microdermabrasion and you've then got brown spots from it, one thing you have to remember about any exfoliation, microdermabrasion, those kind of extreme treatments, is that it's taking off protection of your skin in every single form. So it could be the next day you went in the sun without an SPF and you would have a higher propensity to get pigmentation. So I don't know if that might have happened to you. And in fact, what you're talking about now is brown spots that appeared after, but they appeared after because you drove back in your car, the sun was shining, and it went into your window, and you will get it that quickly because all your natural SPF, all the oils in front of everything, just are taken off with those kind of treatments. If that is the case, vitamin C, and I would say that you could do, if they're really extreme, you could try something like Dr. Obaji's vitamin C system. It's an old-fashioned process. It takes a month, but it is utterly brilliant for hyperpigmentation. I think it's still one of the best things on the market. There's also SkinCeuticals do 3 products for hyperpigmentation. One is their vitamin C CE Furonic. The other is, I think, dark pigment relief cream, which you can topically apply to the area of the dark spot, and it will help it. So I hope that helps you. Going back on, my last secret 7 is Goldfarden Advanced Doctor Scrub, and this is really rough and ready, and I'm going to go round and round, and you feel all the blood come out. I do my neck as well. I haven't done it here, but do your neck, especially if you have a one like mine, which is like a bloody giraffe's. You need to remember your neck. But love this one. I'm going to take it off with water. Oh, there we go. Oh, hang on. Oh, because I've really got to get in the car and go and do some filming. I hope, ladies, that you had a good session with me. And what I'm going to do is my next one, my secret 7, I'm probably going to do, I just had it here and it's gone. Yes! This is P70 from Biologique Rechargé, and many people believe that's the way you should exfoliate, just with a product with some different acids in it, AHA or BHA, so alpha hydroxy acids or beta hydroxy acids, and that can be the way to exfoliate. Now that is a way to do it, but I, ladies, have got my skin by not doing that. I've only started doing that in the last few months, and my skin is fine. I have spent quite a few years really looking after it. So we'll look at the AHA, BHAs next week, and we're going to look at Secret 7 foundations, because it's about time. Have a lovely day, ladies. The sun is shining. I'm going off to dress men on morning telly. So I'll see you later. Big kiss. Bye.